Hello guys, Colin here. Today we're going to look at a pedal that's so bad it's good. A pedal whose tone is so repulsive that it's defined the sound of an entire genre and achieved legend status among its fans. It's divisive, mythical and downright nasty. It's the Boss HM-2. The history and cultural significance of this pedal is as interesting as the effect itself, and I go into some depth about that in this video's appendix, but let me give a brief synopsis here. The HM-2 first appeared in 1983, but after proving to be a commercial flop, was discontinued just 8 years later. It was made infamous by Entombed on their 1990 album Left Hand Path, and has defined the sound of Swedish death metal ever since, and become somewhat of a cult symbol for all things brutal. My little black box here is one of the coveted made in Japan models with a serial number that dates it back to October 1984. The effect still works perfectly despite its very worn aesthetic, but frankly if your HM-2 doesn't look like this, then you're missing out on some serious mojo. The control structure has some unique but not exactly useful quirks. The level control needs to be maxed out in order to get unity volume, and the distortion control does pretty much nothing across the majority of its sweep, only really kicking in the last quarter of its turn. The EQ section is curiously named Colour Mix with a low and high knob. These are active EQ controls, which was pretty much unseen in pedals at the time and offers a massive plus or minus 20 decibels of boost or cut. For a pedal that already sounds bad, severely limited gain, useless level and ultra-sensitive EQ controls would have been nails in its coffin were it not for one singular setting that sounds so repulsively disgusting that it's become the yardstick for every death, grind and black metaler's sound. Everything on 10. There is some real science as to why maxing out everything on an HM-2 just works. Firstly, by pushing both of those EQ controls full, you add an extra 20 decibels to each respective frequency band. This more than makes up for the weak level control, pushing a signal from the pedal's output which is significantly higher than the one that went in. This hits the front end of the amp like a sledgehammer, boosting it into much more gain and sustain. The resulting two-humped EQ curve boosts frequencies centred around both the lowest notes on the guitar, providing real power for your slow-chugging riffs, and the vocal upper mid-range, which allows the sound to slice right through the mix. It also caves a huge scoop out of the low mids, which prevents the pedal from becoming boomy and muddy. The high control begins to spit when fully clockwise, providing an untamed chewing grind, which has earned the HM-2 its affectionate nickname, the Swedish Chainsaw. If you are looking to catch that authentic entombed or at the gate sound, then legend has it you need to run this pedal into the front of a solid state PV amp. But I found you can get absolutely monstrous results by putting the HM-2 before a beyond clean Marshall style valve amp. Sadly, as mentioned, these are discontinued, and if you see any going in the second-hand market, make sure you snap them up before ex-Nihilist members stockpile any more of them. Fortunately, because of this pedal's status, there are a number of clones to choose from, which will get you close. Lone Wolf Audio's Left Hand Wrath is a boutique tweakable option for people with fatter wallets. TC Electronic have just announced the iMaster to their affordable analog range, which internally sets the EQ to max, because why would you want it anywhere else? And if you fancy building your own, Build Your Own Clone has the Swede, which is a faithful reproduction of the circuit in kit form. Please inform me of any other effects you'd like to know how to use in the comments section below. And if you've liked this video and you want to see more from me, then you can hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of all my new content as it comes out. My Patreon's also there for exclusive secret stuff if you wish to support me in making more videos, and there's other videos you probably haven't seen. But that's all for just now, guys. Keep it loud, and I'll see you later. Oh yeah, and check out Rotten Sound, they're great.